Okay. Apologize. Hopefully everybody comes and catches us here. We'll give them a second. Well, now I can't find it here. Give people a second here to hop over. We had an issue. We had started the stream, and then YouTube now has something where you have to choose if you want your stream like the TikTok vertical or horizontal, and the default is the vertical, which we don't want. And so we had to cancel the stream and reschedule it. So that was my fault. I apologize. Every once in a while they change the settings, and if you're in a hurry like I was just trying to get things set up, I didn't go through all the advanced settings to see if any settings had changed, and so I set it up backwards. And you guys don't want to watch us sideways, so but I think we fixed it. It should look correct now. That should have solved the problem, and I'm just going to update the link here on our Facebook, and then people should be able to find us just fine. So sorry about that. So thank you, everybody. Got 14. So I think we got everybody hopped over. So again, that was my fault for not double checking that settings hadn't changed on YouTube. But they had. But we got it fixed. So hopefully the audio is better tonight. We apologize for last week. I think it's just my phone, because I'm now also having trouble sometimes when I film to vlog with getting random background noises, just white noise, and so I think the microphone on my phone is going out.
Oh, time to buy you a new phone.
Time to buy a new phone, right? Spend all Sam's hard-earned money. I did test it a little bit when I was filming this week and using an external, like, headset microphone, or not headset, like your earbuds microphone, and it took the problem away having that, so I think I'll just use that and probably buy a nicer external mic, and that should solve the problem for a while, because I don't want to have to buy a new phone, because it really would need to still be an iPhone, so it would have a really good camera, and if you haven't looked recently, those are really expensive, so we're going to live on this phone as long as we possibly can. But we're going to use Sam's phone tonight, and I think it's working okay, so we'll just borrow his phone for this live stream. Alright, we got everything updated. All the links updated for people to click on if they want to join us. Let's see here. Let's see who we got. Sharon is here. Welcome. I cannot read that far without my glasses. Sharon is here from Mississippi. Melanie, welcome. Great. Audio sounds great. That's awesome. Herb Earth Garden, thanks for joining us. Teal is here. And Lois is here from Ohio. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. And here's Sam. Sam is here, and Beth is here from Illinois. Thanks for joining us. How's it going?
Good.
All right. So Sam had his first 2 weeks. Is that right? Yeah. You've done 2 weeks, like on the floor, actually being a nurse. A nurse. You're nurse now. You're for reals nurse. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm still kind of a student, but sorry, I'm trying to adjust this. Got it. Good. I still feel like I need to learn a lot, but I'm enjoying it. I like the people I work with, and I like the hospital, so that's really good. It's just a whole lot to learn. Now it's really specific into the L and D stuff. And then just like learning all the hospital policies and protocols, just trying to get that stuff memorized. Some of it's kind of hard. But I know a lot of the things I'll figure out just because you do it more and more. You know, if you have a patient that comes in and they have preeclampsia and you have to put them on magnesium, like you have to do vital signs a certain amount, like per hour, and things like that. Just little kind of things you wouldn't think of that I gotta try and commit to memory so that I don't have to look things up every 5 minutes to figure out what I'm doing or what I'm supposed to be doing. But they seem really supportive of new people there, so that's good.
You say you felt like so your practicum when you're in school is at a different hospital, but that you feel like this hospital does a better job supporting their new nurses?
I think so. Like, obviously I wasn't in a residency at that hospital, but just from my observations, I feel like this hospital does a good job of supporting new people. So I'm enjoying my time there, even if it is a little bit of a drive.
So it is kind of weird too, because I feel like you're home all the time now.
Yeah,
compared to the last couple of years. I mean, you still go to work, you have your work days, but like you're home a lot, which is nice. It's kind of weird. And the kids are always like, Daddy's not going to work. Daddy's not going to school today. And we're like, no, Daddy's home with us today.
My schedule changes a bit, but like this last week I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and like I came back Friday, and obviously I slept, but like the kids still got to see me for a little bit on Friday. And then Saturday I've got one of my grandparents lives close to St. Louis, so I've been staying with my grandma on Saturday during the day, like to rest. And then I see the kids on Sunday. So to them, it almost feels like I was just gone for one day.
Yeah, it does.
Sort of. Just Saturday, really. Because I've been working night shifts, so.
And
that's kind of fun.
Like, I feel like, well, first of all, Grammy's here, welcome, and Homestead Nana from Massachusetts.
And Mrs. Peach.
Thanks for catching us live. It's good to see you here. I feel like it's almost easier in some senses. Like if we know you're going to be gone all day, like you know, the kids won't see you at all. Like they're like prepared for it, and we just kind of plan for that day, and it just kind of goes. It's not that we don't miss you, but it's almost easier than on days where you used to come home really late at like 7 or 8 at night because they wanted to see Daddy when he got home from school, and it was like impossible to get people ready for bed because they wanted to stay up to see Daddy. But now that they know they're just not going to be awake when you get home, or that you're working the night, so you won't be there that night, it's just like, oh, this is just our routine. So
some of the younger ones don't quite get it though, because they'll be like, I'm working night shift that switches over to day shift for a while. It's they want to get you a really good, well-rounded education at the beginning, but I'll work night shift and then come home in the morning, a little bit after they woke up, and they'll be like, Daddy, are you gonna go to work now? I'm like, I just got home from work. They're like, no, you have to go to work. Like, no, Daddy worked all night. Like, this is like Isla, she doesn't quite get it. She's like, that doesn't make sense. You worked all night. What are you talking about?
Arkansas Prepper Rick is here. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. So overall, it's going well. So it's working out.
Hanging in there. I think in like 6 months or so, I think I'll feel a little bit better about things, and I can imagine maybe a year in, I'll start feeling a lot more comfortable. What?
You're still hungry?
Not just had dinner, but you could have had so much dinner.
Mommy, I'm hungry still though.
Okay, why don't you go find a fruit or something?
I'll get gummies.
Sure.
If there is gummies.
Sure. Becky is here, welcome, and True Joy is here. Thanks for joining us. So we were going to talk tonight about the fall garden and then the baby that's coming sooner than we're probably ready for.
Yep.
So, those are not gummies.
But I love these.
No.
Excuse me.
So far we haven't had any threats of frost yet, so I've been a little bit, I won't say lazy. I don't
It was
feel
cold
like I'm
this
lazy.
morning,
It was
though.
cold this morning, but it only got down to 39 last night, so we're getting close.
That's getting close. It's not like it's...
Everything's still fine in the greenhouse.
Mini muffin.
Sure. So I haven't wrapped it yet. If you watch the video, I started working on wrapping it the other day and then discovered there were some paper wasps in there. Paper wasps are the bright orangey reddy ones, and they're pretty darn aggressive, especially this time of year where they're trying to nest. So I didn't want to do it while they were out. And so if you wait until the evening, you can like spray their nests and stuff. So get them gone. So they're kind of out of there now, and so I can wrap it now. So I'm hoping to do that in the next couple of weeks.
Hello, Veronica. Thanks for joining us. We are doing well. Everybody's
Go sit with Ivy.
happy
Have her
and
help you,
healthy.
okay? Sorry, everybody's downstairs today. Usually we make them go upstairs, but we were trying letting them downstairs, but it's me. maybe more interruption than talking. So we're going to try to wrap it this week. But so far, everything's going really well. Everything's sprouted. So we've got broccoli and cabbage and spinach going. The zucchini plants are pretty huge. We're going to have to pollinate those by hand. We're going to try that this year. See how it goes, just with a Q-tip. Just because I was curious. And my random store-bought potato that I tried, it doesn't seem to really be doing much. So I don't think that one's gonna work out. But that was just like an experiment. Didn't know if you could plant a potato in the fall. It had already sprouted on the counter, so we thought we'd try planting it. But it doesn't seem, I think the days are too short. It doesn't seem to be doing much. So we may replace that with something else. So here, why don't you talk for a minute and I'll take care of it.
Little man's trying to figure it out and getting frustrated. He's trying to watch a show, but his little iPad thing's not, or his little tablet's not working. Let's see. What else? So you were talking about the greenhouse. I don't know. We don't. Our fall and winter animal situation is pretty low key. We don't really have anything going on except some of our birds.
Yeah.
So that's pretty easy.
We do need to rebed the coop, so they need a new layer of bedding.
Yeah.
For the winter, and we need to clean their nesting box. Maybe they'll start laying in there. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna start feeding them too. So in the summer we don't give them anything really other than scraps because they have all this acreage they can mosey around. But in the winter they need supplemental feeds, so we'll put a feed bucket down there for them as well. Mm-hmm. But that should take care of them.
Hey Veronica, work's been going great. I enjoy it. I like my coworkers and the hospital, and I feel like I'm getting to see a variety of things so far, so that's been really good. We've had some pretty, just kind of, I don't want to call them normal because every birth is a little bit different, but we've had some intense moments and other moments where it's just kind of like, you know, another, like nothing interesting happens, which is good to have an uninteresting birth. That means everybody's healthy and happy. And what
you said, you felt like at this like the hospital your practicum was like the only high risk hospital in our area, and so almost everybody had kind of like a lot going on in the birth.
Yep.
You didn't see very many simple births because they're all done at smaller hospitals around here. But at this where you're working now, it's kind of everybody. So you see
yeah, sometimes you have a mom come in that doesn't really have a lot of complications, so that's kind of fun just to see the whole spectrum. You didn't really see
that before. Yeah. So do you feel like, so with the new baby coming, now that you're a nurse, do you feel like you worry more or less, or not? Doesn't make a difference?
I'll probably just have like a better understanding of what's going on, and like,
are you gonna be sneaking around the room reading my strips and stuff?
Yeah, probably. If things don't look good, I probably will get worried because I know what's happening before it just kind of like whoosh, over my head unless somebody tells me. So yeah, I might be a little bit more worried depending. Actually, that's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
You're gonna be more worried.
Yeah, I'll probably just sit there and watch the strip. I'll probably, even though I shouldn't. I'll try to like sit around the corner and just be chill if I can.
I don't like everybody when they have a baby, they're different. Some people like their partner to be like right there and encouraging. And I always tell them, I'm like, just go sit on that couch and eat a snack or something. Like, I like to be in my zone. I like to be left alone most of the time. So, not that I don't love you and appreciate you.
You like some support, but you're not.
I don't want. Yeah.
You're not someone that wants somebody all over you, but you do like some support. The last few, since you've had an epidural, you just kind of chilled.
Yeah, take a nap.
Yep.
Take a big long nap.
All right. So what about the garden? We
all right. So the greenhouse.
Your greenhouse.
I gotta wrap it this week. Probably gotta get around to it. I'm also getting to the point where like I'm pregnant enough that it's really hard to like do a lot of physical activity because I get tired really easily, or my hips hurt or my back hurts or whatever when you do too much. So I don't know that I'll get it all done in one day. We'll see. We'll kind of see how it's going. But one of you, who I can't remember who, but they might be here, had the suggestion that you should measure it out, the greenhouse, and then tape your plastic pieces all together on the ground and then wrap it. Because the biggest challenge we've had is that you have to have taped seams with the type of plastic we do. And so trying to get a seam taped when it's on the top of the greenhouse is a challenge. And I don't know why I hadn't thought of before about putting it together like a puzzle. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to lay it all on the ground. I have it all measured. We're going to lay it on the ground and do all of the taping and then kind of throw it over it like a slip cover. So guess measure 3 times, cut once, hopefully, and it'll fit just fine. But
like my dad says, I keep cutting and it's still too short. Because I've inherited that trait. So,
but that should be pretty simple. And then the rest of the garden is still growing. I have a whole tray of green tomatoes ripening on the counter.
I know, it's kind of amazing.
It's
honestly.
like the plants are so healthy looking and they're just still producing, so I still go out there. The only thing that's just done was the cantaloupe plant, but that was because I let a lot of you suggested for the best cantaloupe to let them basically fall off the vine. And once you've let a plant get that mature, most squash type plants think they're done. Like they've achieved their mission of producing a ripe fruit with seeds, and so it died and left me. We had very delicious cantaloupe. They were very juicy, so that worked out well. But that one's not producing, but everything else is still going. Still getting squash, lucky you, and green beans and tomatoes and peppers. So it worked out well.
Yeah. Yep.
So
What all are you gonna plant in your greenhouse? What's your plan?
It's already been planted. We already talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all done. So, yeah, that's it for the garden, I think.
Yep. I will probably do, since we know we want to get some more animals in the spring, we'll probably make some preparations this winter for that, this fall and winter. I mean, we already talked about some projects we want to do, but we also want to get some more animals, and so we'll try and get ready for that.
We still haven't decided
Work on it.
what kind of shelter we'd use for a cow if we did get a couple cows, because our barn has a very short ceiling. It's probably not tall enough.
Right, yeah.
The building that is tall enough is our chicken brooder, but the doorway is really thin. So big fat cows not
and
gonna
it's
fit
not,
in there.
it's not put together very well. A cow would lean on that thing and it would fall over.
A lot of people use like thousands of roots. They have like hoop houses out there that they made with cattle panels. I don't know how you feel about that.
For their cows?
Yeah.
They don't just fold them over?
Well, I mean, not that they show on their channel. It doesn't mean he's not out there every day hanging things back up. I don't know.
I have to look at their channel, because building a hoop house is super cheap and fast. That's takes a couple hours and you throw it together. So I'll have to look at that.
Because that'd be easy. Because you don't have to have them come back up to the house, right? Like, they don't need to be close.
No, not like when you have a milk cow that you need to have come in every night. If it's just a beef steer or something like that, they just stay out in the pasture. Right. Make sure they have access to water, but that's about it as far as winter goes. Or in the summer, they're gonna, it would be nice for them to have shade. There's enough. I guess it depends how we section our pasture off. There's enough trees that they could have some decent shade for the summer too. But I would definitely want to get a better water system if we're gonna have a big animal, because they're gonna go through it.
Yeah.
Much more than like a couple of goats and chickens and ducks would or whatever. So.
Yeah, we do have we have that spigot that's out in the field. It doesn't work though. I don't know what kind of project that would be to make it work.
I think I know what it needs to get that outdoor spigot to work. Let's see, what did we got? Most cows just need a lean-to type building to duck from wind and rain. That's about, what's it say?
About it beyond water.
Yeah.
I think your concern is that you want something sturdy enough that if a cow decides to scratch its butt against it or lean against it, that it's not going to tip over.
Yeah, but That's right. You don't need a whole lot. And I know some people just throw, well, actually, a lot of people just throw their cows out in pasture. Like, there is no
shelter.
There is no shelter. You just gotta suck it up and brave it. But we've talked ever since we bought the farm about getting some hogs. We've talked on the live stream a handful of times about hogs too, and so next year might be the time to actually
give it a try.
Go for it and see if we can find a couple. Maybe we can talk to some family members and see if they want to go in on a couple of them. Mm-hmm. We can just buy 2 or 3 and see what happens.
And I think we'll definitely do the sheep again.
They're really
I like the
easy.
Sheep.
They're a little dense, but they've been the last ones we got too. We're gonna try. We don't breed our own. We've just bought lambs. And the last ones we bought were great. Like those boys were huge. They were good size. They were healthy the whole time. And so I think we're gonna try and buy from that breeder again because that was. And they weren't too far away.
No,
it wasn't like we had to drive 3 hours to go find sheep. So in the spring we might have a lot more animals. It'd be a lot of work. And the girls beg for a horse at least once a week. I don't know if we'll be quite ready for that, but
that's just an expense. That's the biggest problem. Horses is just an expense, period.
That's true. Well, it gives you joy.
It's
a lot of work.
You can put a dollar figure on joy, and that's just too much.
Brings you lots of joy and happiness. If we had a family horse, everybody'd love that.
I do really want to do some butchering chickens this year too. So, all right. So Susanna says, "Hello. Hope everything is going well. When is baby due?"
Pat is on the struggle bus.
Poor Pat. So we had a canning party today with my friends. So that video's coming up. And so Pat kind of skipped nap time today. But I can't put him upstairs. I probably could put him upstairs now, but I couldn't put him upstairs before 7 because then he would have woken up at like 5 in the morning. You guys know that struggle. So poor Mr. P is so tired. Hey, go sit with Ivy. But anyways, Charlie and Judy are here. Thanks for coming. Baby is due basically on Christmas. So we have somewhere between 8 to 10 weeks to go. So that's exciting. We're getting there. I think, I don't know, we've had so many babies. Like, I feel like babies, when you have your first baby, like, you feel like you need to buy all this stuff. Not that we bought that much, but, like, we had a baby shower and got lots of baby containers and
after
things.
6 pregnancies, you've collected a lot of things over each one.
I don't have...
You know what I mean, though? Like, you have everything you need.
Well, I have diapers and clothes, yeah, but, like, we don't have any seats or, like, that kind of stuff. Just pack and play. But I'm saying, like, I don't feel like I really need anything. Like, we have our pack and play, right?
Mm-hmm. And we got our bouncy seat.
We don't have a bouncy seat.
The jumper thing? You got rid of it?
We can't store those in the basement. They'll get ruined. I passed it on to a cousin.
Okay.
But
they love that bouncy seat.
We could get another one. But I just feel like babies don't need a whole lot. Plus, when you have a lot of kids, there's always entertainment. Baby's always got something to look at.
That's very true.
So somebody is always trying to play with the baby. So
let's see. Arkansas Prepper asks, "Does sheep taste like deer?" The way I would describe it is the lamb tastes like a tender beef.
Yeah.
So I feel like it tastes quite a bit like beef, but it's a lot more tender. That's how I would describe it, at least what we've had so far.
I'd agree with that. It does not taste like deer. I don't feel like it tastes gamey at all. And I feel like...
Some of that probably might depend on what you feed them. I don't know. If you raised sheep in the woods, maybe they taste a little bit more like deer. I don't know. Yeah, we really like it. We really like it, and the kids don't notice the difference, so they eat it just like it was a beef roast. So we... And what was it? It was a lot cheaper this time than last time, right? So what was our cost for our home-raised lamb this time around? What was the price per pound? Do you remember?
Oh, it says it in the video. It was like between $6 and $7 a pound, I think. The first time we had done it, it was 10 something. And then this time it was 6 or 7. And the biggest difference was these sheep were bigger. They
Mm-hmm.
just different breeds, so they grew out bigger, so you got more. And then also, like, we got the bone, like the soup bones that have meat on them and things like that, which just like getting everything, because you can use it all. So
And it would be even cheaper if we butchered them ourselves, but we haven't. We've sent them off both times, so you could save even more money. And I don't know what it would come out to if we butchered them ourselves. Probably closer to like $5 a pound, I would guess.
no, I figured it out. It was like $3 something a pound if we butchered it
Oh, really?
ourselves.
So that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
If you butchered it yourself.
And it's nice that you don't have to feed them over winter, which really jacks up your cost per pound, because then you're buying hay, because we don't have a way to cut
yeah,
it.
we
so
just grow them out for like, well,
it was like
it was
6 to 8 months.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you just get them in the spring and you butcher them in the fall, and yeah, you don't have to winter animals, which, like Laura said, can be expensive unless you are able to cut your own hay, cut and bale your own hay and store it. But hay can be expensive.
Yeah.
And for us, we don't have any big equipment. And so we would buy square bales, and we could only store so many of those. You know, it's not like we could buy 100 of them and
Yeah, so you just
store
don't
them.
get good prices.
So you get, the prices are a little expensive.
There are definitely some downsides to like smaller farming, like homesteading, farmsteading. A lot of it is you just don't have the purchase power to get really good prices, so it's really hard to get at your end game when you're all done raising your chickens or your whatever, unless you're raising just a humongous, like White House on the Hill raises hundreds and hundreds or thousands of birds, so they can buy feed in ginormous containers, but most people don't have that much to feed, and so don't have that kind of purchasing power to be able to get the lower bulk prices, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm happy with our lamb that we've had
I think
so far.
we figured it out. So.
Susanna says, okay, you're getting closer for baby delivery. My sister thought you said October. I didn't think baby was coming that early. What do you need? Do you like onesies?
Yeah, love onesies. We do need, so when we found out Pat was a boy, I passed on all the little girl stuff, like from like 0 to 6 months, to Sam's sister, who was having a girl at the same time. So I don't have, like, I don't think I have any like newborn or little baby clothes yet. I'm just kind of poking around. Probably go poke around thrift shops and things like that, looking around. But I don't really need much other than just some clothes. So does the baby have a name yet? Oh, no, Sam, does the baby have a name yet?
We're not keeping it a surprise.
We just can't agree.
Decide. We've been through all the girl names. There are no more available.
Left.
So we can't decide on a name. I have a feeling it's gonna come up to
the last minute.
the last minute, the last day, and then we've tried. It's not for lack of trying. We just can't put a good combination together.
There you go. Sit with Ivy. Yeah.
I can't remember. I feel like some of the names we came up with so fast.
We did.
I'd say most of the girls' names we came up, like once we found out you were pregnant, it was like within a month we had a name for most of the girls.
Well, and a lot of them we had like 2 names we liked, and then we picked one, and then so that other name became the name for the next kid, and so it was already saved. But we really don't have one. I don't know. We've got a short list, maybe ones that we're like, yeah, that's pretty good, but they either don't have a middle name with them, or like we're not sure.
Yeah, that boy just needs to go to bed.
He needs to go to bed.
We're working on it.
Yeah,
we'll let you know if anything gets finalized.
Telling you what, though, I am not going to have the baby Christmas Day. I've already decided. It's just not going to happen. Because not only would the kids be really disappointed, but Christmas Day is the lowest of the lowest people on the totem pole as far as, like, first-year resident doctors. Because everybody else probably takes it off, right?
Could be. I don't know. I feel bad for the kid if it was Christmas Day.
Never have their own birthday?
Yeah, it'd be rough for them to have their own birthday. It'd always have to be in combination with something. So we'll root for maybe a week before or something.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Good. Have a little baby for Christmas.
Then you're not going over. We've got a little baby for Christmas. If you have it a week before, you're like
Feeling a little better.
somewhat recovered
Yeah.
by then. That would be fun, I think.
My twin's birthday is December 19th, and mine is December 31st. Well,
Oh, yeah.
well, December's just a fun holiday, or a fun month for you guys. Birthdays,
Yeah, I guess so.
Christmas, everything.
I will say, Laura and Isla have the same birthday. That's kind of fun. That was
True Joy says you need to wait until she arrives and look at that precious face, and the right name will come to you.
very true. That could be.
That baby then will end up being named like Squishy McGee. 'Cause little newborns are always like, I feel like some people have beautiful newborns. I don't know that that's necessarily us. I feel like our babies always look like wrinkled old men.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So,
Yeah, some babies are really cute. Our babies are never like chubby little
Yeah, we
squishy
don't have
things.
big
They're always
babies.
kind of like little and kind of skinny. I mean, they're healthy, but no one would forget her birthday.
Yep.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say?
Oh, you said Isla and I have the same birthday.
Hello, Pete. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hopping
Welcome.
on. Yeah, you guys have the same
So if
birthday.
you have a
I
baby-
can't remember. You were like,
On your birthday, the hospital gives you like cheesecake and an ice cream
yeah,
sundae.
that's true.
Because you get a birthday meal.
Yep.
So-
But I'm trying to think. I don't even remember what time she was born. It was like solid on your birthday. It wasn't like
It was like in the middle of the morning. It was
Yeah.
It was like 10 or 11 in the
Yeah.
morning.
It
It wasn't
wasn't
like,
like,
woo,
I don't
squeak that in
know.
last
Yeah.
minute. Like we realized we were gonna have a baby the night before, and then it takes forever to have a baby. So
Do you think you'll go faster this time?
no, I've given up hope. All of my labors have been 12 hours, and I've had 6 in a row, just like that. So
That's very true.
people are always like, "Oh, it's your 7th baby. The baby's just gonna like fall out on the way to the hospital," and be like, "No, it doesn't. My body just doesn't do that. It's just not in a hurry.
That's very true.
Very predictable."
Susanna says, if I was born on Christmas, my mother was going to name me Noel, but I was born in January.
So,
That would have been fun.
the stupid little. They have like an emoji thing in the corner,
Yeah,
and
it's
it makes
in
it
the,
hard to
it's
read
in the
people's
way.
comments.
My babies
Looked-
looked what's it say? I can't tell.
Look, the alien from Mac and Me. Oh.
Oh.
Suzanne says your children were all beautiful when they were born. Well,
Well,
thank you, Susanna.
Yeah, I usually say that too about our babies, that they look like aliens when they come out. I know it's not the nicest thing, but I think it's maybe a little bit true. So
I think we're pretty ready. Got what we need. So
hello,
welcome,
Prep for Eternity. I know it's like, I was talking with my brothers the other night because one of my brothers just had their second child, and it's like, man, once you've had that one baby, the rest is just so much easier.
You just know what to expect.
Just because you
mean?
kind of know what to expect and stuff. That first time, like, you have no clue what you're getting into, what you might need to bring with you, or what you need at home, and like what the day might look like, or like any of that. You just have no clue. And so even after the first one, it's just, my anxiety went down a lot more after subsequent babies.
There's a person I follow on like Instagram and TikTok, and they had their first baby, which is very exciting for them. But she packed this like full on like suitcase, not like even like a travel size check it on the plane suitcase, like have to check it in the luggage department on the plane, like huge suitcase for the hospital. I was like looking at Sam, I was like, what on earth did she put in there? But you forget, like when you have your first baby, like you think of all these things you're going to want.
Mm-hmm.
You realize the hospital really like provide, you basically just need you need a toothbrush and clothes to go home with. And if you forget your toothbrush, they got them at the hospital anyway, so you don't really have to worry about bringing anything.
One of the dads, we were trying to help deliver this baby, but it had some issues, and so she had to go get an urgent C-section. Everybody was okay, and we actually went and saw them afterwards, me and the nurse I was working with. And the dad was kind of complaining a little bit because they brought a book, like a baby remembrance book or memories book or whatever, and the mom wanted footprints in the book. and she was like, "It's in the suitcase. It's in the suitcase." And the dad goes over to the closet, and there's like 4 suitcases in there. He's like, "Which one, babe?" He's like, "We got enough in here for 30 days." Like, he was. Is it working?
I think we're having internet problems. There we go. It's back to streaming.
Are we back? Hopefully.
I think it's fixed. Okay.
Okay.
Teal says, I was supposed to be a December baby, but decided I went out before Thanksgiving. So,
Oops, sorry.
I was supposed to be a February baby, and I came out in January, and my mom was so surprised she was playing piano at church. Like, she thought she still had, like, 4 or 5 weeks until I was due. And she was playing piano at church and went into labor and surprised everybody. Finished that last hymn up real fast and went to the hospital. So... But yeah, sometimes, and especially back then, like they didn't do ultrasounds and stuff, so your dates were your best guess. So
Arkansas Prepper says 12 hours would give you time to work on the meal planner.
Oh yeah, right. I'll be editing videos while I'm in labor to make sure there's no interruptions.
Susanna says, Laura, have you heard about breast pumping to get a faster delivery? Not a good idea if you're not delivering at home. Baby can be born in the car.
No, I've heard all the tricks. I've tried a lot of the tricks with our home births, trying to get the babies to come faster. And the only thing it did was make the contractions worse, but didn't make the babies come any faster. So I just let my body do what it's going to do. At this point, it's just going to take its time. I have a very competent cervix. We'll just say that. It needs its own time.
Pete says, we were at the hospital for a week. All I remember now is how hard the floor was, as that is where I had to sleep. With twins, there were no beds for Papa. Oh, no. Poor Dad. Sometimes dads get left out of the mix just a little bit. That's a bummer.
You always get that. Now they don't really have like beds in a lot of the rooms. At least when we've delivered, it's always a pull-out chair, and it's like the skinniest little bed. I always feel bad.
It just depends. Sometimes it's a chair. Like at the hospital I work, we actually have there's like a sofa in there that flattens out into like maybe a full-size bed. That's I would say. We can get like a fitted sheet for him, so it's kind of like a bed for the dad.
True Joy says, Rebecca. Yeah, sorry about that. Our internet.
Arkansas Prepper says you need
Dancing.
to dance.
Yeah, I need to dance.
We'll get all the girls out there. We'll play
Yeah.
some videos. You guys can all dance.
Like,
That would be
dance
fun.
the baby out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we're excited though. Ready?
Yeah. Yep,
It would
we
be
are
nice
ready.
if it was before Christmas. Not
I
that
agree.
you really have much control over that, but
Yep.
whatever.
It would be nice.
Um,
Sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas
yeah.
would be perfect.
They could not be in the middle of a snowstorm too. That would be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing on the trampoline. That just sounds like I would break something in the process. So.
That would be fun. All right. What else?
If you're watching our videos, there's not a canning pantry cooking video tomorrow. I kind of messed up my filming order, so I apologize. That got skipped this week, and that was my bad. So if you're looking forward to that, apologize. There will not be a canning pantry cooking video this week, but there is lots of canning and other fun shenanigans, and then we'll be back to those canning pantry cooking videos on Tuesday.
Prep for Eternity asked when is baby due. Laura is due December 28th.
Yep.
So just a little bit after Christmas. So maybe we were saying hopefully maybe she have it like a week before Christmas or something like that.
Have a baby for Christmas.
And then
We'll see.
everybody's kind of settled in by the time Christmas rolls around. So we're gonna have to be like ready for Christmas just in case.
Yeah.
Like get
Everything wrapped.
Yeah, get everything wrapped and decorated. And
Oh, I feel like the kids would never forget this child if she makes them miss Christmas on Christmas Day.
I know. I would feel kind of bad about that.
10,000 subs. Yeah, that was fun. My goal was to reach that by October 1st, and I missed it by just a little bit. But we got pretty darn close. So that feels good. Feels like a big accomplishment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
So.
awesome.
Spent the weekend doing tomato sauce.
Derailed every other plan.
That's what happened with the filming. I did so much canning. We've made tomato juice. We've made scrap sauce. We made regular tomato sauce. We made lemon butter that we canned. I canned carrots. Some people nest by like scrubbing their house down. I overstock the pantry so that when the baby comes, like I have lots of food and I don't have to worry about taking a baby to the grocery store in the middle of winter. Like we can just eat out of the pantry for a while. So
I know, I can't wait now that it's getting cold to start digging into stew and chili and things like that.
So
you got some. I've had a little bit of it, but you made some of that bacon jalapeno chili.
Oh, yeah. There's more of that coming this week.
That's pretty good. I like that it has a little bit of a kick to it. I like that. It's good. Delicious. What else did you put in that chili?
It's got 3 types of beans. I use the bacon ends, like that you never quite sure what to do with when you get them from the butcher. And then it's got carrots, tomato juice, jalapenos, onions, and sweet peppers. I think that's what's in there.
What'd you make the sauce?
It's tomato juice.
Oh, okay.
It's a tomato-based chili, so it's good. It's
Really
good with
good.
some sour cream and some cheddar cheese on top. So
Yep. We'll have to start digging into that now that it's getting colder.
yeah, it's a lot easier. I feel like it's easier to feed people in the winter because like soups can be on the menu every day. But in the summer, you don't want to heat up the kitchen. You're like, all right,
You're like, we were just outside
sandwiches
working
again.
in 100-degree weather. Nobody wants to eat soup or hot soup, you know? If you had something that was kind of cold. You're hungry too?
Why is everyone hungry? Did
You gotta
we
be
eat
kidding
dinner?
me.
Mama.
Yeah, go grab a gummy or a.
Oh, the
So.
gummy going
All right, I think maybe we'll call it a night. We need to put some little people to bed.
We do. Yep, they're over. They skipped some naps. They're a little bit overdue. But
Thanks so much for watching, guys.
yep, everybody be safe. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Stay warm as it starts to get colder.
Yep. Everybody have a good week. Good night.